There was a time when his phone never stopped ringing. From sunrise to sunset, the device was a constant companion, delivering news and requests from every corner of his world. It was a symphony of chatter, a cascade of conversations, a whirlwind of words. It was the heartbeat of a man immersed in life, surrounded by family, swamped with responsibilities, and engaged with the world. But time, as it always does, turned the pages. The phone calls dwindled, the chatter ceased, the conversation dried up. The whirlwind settled into a gentle breeze, and then into a whisper, and then into silence. The silence of a phone that no longer rings, of a life that has slowed down, of a man left waiting. The phone, once a symbol of connection, now stands as a monument of solitude. The man, once at the center of the whirlwind, now lingers at its edges. And now, he waits for just one call. He doesn't complain, because parents never do. They have this innate ability to endure, to comprehend the unspoken, to read between the lines of silence. And so he picks up his phone, his fingers gently tracing the familiar numbers. Calling son, the screen reads. The ringtone echoes in the quiet room, a haunting reminder of the growing distance. Then, the cutting silence of an unanswered call. A soft sigh escapes his lips. A smile tinged with sadness graces his face. Maybe he's busy, he whispers to himself, the words filling the room with a hopeful air. Time passes, the sun dips below the horizon, and he tries again. But still, no answer. His heart aches, but he doesn't let it show. His love is patient, his love is kind. It doesn't demand, it doesn't insist. So he waits, hoping for a connection, a lifeline. They just wait, silently. These are not just things. Each item, carefully tucked away, holds a story, a memory, a piece of a life lived. The old man's hand gently brushes over the worn edges of a school report, echoes of a proud parent's joy still lingering in the faded ink. A toy car, once a cherished plaything, now a silent testament to simpler times. Pictures, frozen moments in time, each one a thread in the tapestry of their shared history. The man's fingers linger on an old photograph, his smile reflecting the joy captured in the image. But his eyes, they tell a different story. A story of longing, of time lost and moments missed. These are pieces of his life, he murmurs, his voice barely above a whisper. His gaze falls on a tiny shoe, the leather worn and faded. His smile fades, replaced by a pang of regret. I kept everything, he confesses to the silence, except the time with you. This chair was never empty. There was a time when it was more than just a piece of furniture. It was a place of laughter, of stories shared, of lives intertwined. The chair, it held memories, moments that were as tangible as the worn fabric and the creaking wood. It was a silent witness to the evolution of a family, from the boisterous gatherings to the tranquil solitude of a single man. Imagine, if you will, the echoes of laughter that once filled the room, the clinking of cutlery, the murmur of conversation, each meal a shared experience, a moment of connection. And now it stands vacant, the silence deafening. An empty chair at an otherwise full table. Once this chair was a symbol of unity. Now, it's a stark reminder of the loneliness that life sometimes ushers in. The chair is still there, but the life around it has changed, until life got too busy. Hope is the last thing that grows old. In the silence, a sudden melody breaks through in the familiar ringtone of the old man's phone. It's a sound that used to echo through the house, a sound that used to bring a spark to his eyes. But today, it's different. The son is calling, perhaps to share a laugh, a story, or just to check in. But this time, it isn't the old man who answers. Instead, a different voice responds, one unfamiliar to the son. The old man, the father who held on to hope like a lifeline, is no longer there to pick up the call. His voice, filled with years of love and patience, is silent. His chair, once filled with his presence, is now empty. Today, he's not here anymore. They didn't need your money. They yearned for something far more valuable, something that can't be quantified or measured. the priceless currency of your time, the warmth of your love, the sound of your laughter echoing in their hearts. It wasn't the grandeur of gifts or the luxury of life that they sought. It was the simple moments, the shared smiles, the kindness of your words, the comfort of your presence. As the hands of time continue to turn, one day, you too will grow old. The echoes of your life will reverberate in the hearts and minds of those you leave behind. The question that lingers in the silence is not one of wealth or fame, but of love and time. When the sands of time run out, when your name is whispered for the last time, how will you be remembered? Will your memory be a beacon of love and warmth or a distant echo fading into oblivion? Will you be remembered